Did you know that Ethiopia adopted Christianity even before the Roman Empire? While Rome was still persecuting Christians, Ethiopia had already embraced the gospel and made it the foundation of its culture and society. But Ethiopia's story doesn't stop there. It's a tale of resilience, divine legacy, and unmatched historical significance. Ethiopia's Christian heritage dates back to the 4th century when King Ezana of the Kingdom of Oxum declared Christianity the state religion. This made Ethiopia one of the first nations in the world to officially embrace Christianity, centuries before most of Europe. While Christians in Rome faced persecution and martyrdom, Ethiopians were building churches and creating a society grounded in the teachings of the Bible. Ethiopia also stands out as the only African nation to successfully resist European colonization. In 1896, at the Battle of Adwa, Emperor Menelik II and Empress Tatu led Ethiopian forces to a stunning victory against the Italian invaders. This historic triumph became a symbol of hope and resistance for oppressed people across the world. Even when Mussolini's forces invaded during World War II, Ethiopians reclaimed their land, showcasing their unyielding determination and faith in divine protection. Ethiopia's significance isn't just historical, it's deeply spiritual. In the Bible, Ethiopia, referred to as Cush, is mentioned as early as Genesis 2:13, described as a land connected to the rivers flowing from Eden. The descendants of Noah include Cush, placing Ethiopia among the oldest nations in biblical genealogies. In Genesis 10, Cush is listed as the father of Nimrod, described as a mighty man and hunter before the Lord. Ethiopia's connection to these early biblical narratives highlights its ancient and divine significance. Ethiopia's dedication to its Christian traditions helped preserve its identity through centuries. But this unique path also had its challenges. While other nations modernized rapidly, Ethiopia's focus on spiritual wealth often outweighed its pursuit of material prosperity. Yet, for Ethiopians, their spiritual heritage remains their greatest treasure, a testament to their unshakable faith and divine purpose. Ethiopia is more than just another African country, it's a nation with a divine legacy. From its place in biblical prophecy to its role as a beacon of resilience, Ethiopia stands as a testament to the enduring promise of faith and courage. Ethiopia's connection to the biblical story runs as deep as the waters of the Blue Nile. The Ethiopian highlands play a pivotal role in feeding this iconic river, which has been both a source of life and instruction throughout history. In the book of Exodus, the Nile turns to blood during the plagues, a sign of God's judgment on Pharaoh for oppressing the Israelites. But it's crucial to remember that the Nile's power originates from Ethiopia, a nation that has remained fiercely independent while preserving its ancient Christian identity. Today, Ethiopia's control over the Blue Nile is at the center of a modern geopolitical issue. The construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, has sparked tensions with Egypt, which depends on the Nile for its water supply. This conflict mirrors the biblical narratives surrounding the Nile and its profound impact on nations throughout history. Ethiopia's significance in the Bible is not limited to the Old Testament. In the New Testament, we encounter the powerful story of the Ethiopian eunuch in Acts 8:26-40. This official, serving the Queen of Ethiopia, was returning home after worshipping in Jerusalem. On his journey, he meets Philip the evangelist, who explains a prophecy from Isaiah about Jesus Christ. Moved by the message, the eunuch asks to be baptized, and Philip baptizes him on the spot. This moment is often regarded as the introduction of Christianity to Ethiopia, long before the rise of the Aksumite kingdom. This story also holds prophetic significance. In Zephaniah 3:10, God declares that from beyond the rivers of Cush, my worshippers, the daughter of my dispersed people, will bring offerings. This verse is often interpreted as a reference to the spread of Christianity to Ethiopia, and even the return of the Jewish diaspora to Israel from Africa. Ethiopia's role in prophecy extends further into the end times. In Ezekiel 38:5, Cush, Ethiopia, is mentioned as one of the nations in an alliance with Gog during the final battle against Israel. This places Ethiopia at the center of future biblical events, underscoring its continued importance in God's divine plan. Ethiopia's story is one of faith, resilience, and divine purpose. As one of the first Christian nations, it has maintained its traditions and resisted external forces that sought to conquer it. From the Queen of Sheba to its role in end-time prophecy, Ethiopia's biblical legacy is unparalleled. Ethiopia stands as a symbol of spiritual richness, unique Christian heritage, and prophetic significance. It holds a special place in God's plan, reminding us that its divine legacy continues to shape the world today. Ethiopia's connection to the Bible goes far beyond its historical and cultural importance. It is embedded in God's divine plan. One of the most significant prophetic connections is in Zephaniah 3:10, where God declares that people from beyond the rivers of Cush, Ethiopia, will bring offerings. This verse has been interpreted to refer to the spread of Christianity to Ethiopia, indicating that the nation has been a key player in fulfilling God's plan for the spread of the gospel. In Ezekiel 38:5, Ethiopia is mentioned as one of the nations aligned with Gog in the final battle against Israel. This prophetic reference places Ethiopia as an important player in the events of the end times, solidifying its continued relevance in biblical prophecy. Ethiopia's mention in these end-time scriptures connects its legacy to the ultimate fulfillment of God's promises, showing the nation's eternal role in the story of the world's spiritual destiny. Ethiopia's faith, resilience, and divine purpose have remained unshaken through centuries of change, making it one of the most fascinating nations in biblical history. As the world unfolds, Ethiopia remains a nation deeply connected to God's story, symbolizing the enduring legacy that continues to shape both history and the future.